Wonderful, wonderful. All right. Oh my god, it's dark outside. So today you're gonna be doing a little bit of experimenting. We're gonna be doing some experimenting. Oh my gosh, she's experimenting. Let me really quick get everything that I need to have pulled up. Perfect. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Where do I show my dad just to get started? What's up, Swizzle? Hey, I thought you were talking to Manos. Also want to get. I'm just gonna go to my creator dashboard and go there. Studio. This. And this. Alright, dismiss that. We got our chat there. Perfect. Alright, now we gotta click back into Minecraft. Wonderful. So, today we are going to be working on. I got everything. Today we are going to be working on this. So I think we're going to work on the storefronts for sure. So, like we talked about in the last one, the last stream, the storefronts are going to be pretty small. They're going to be. I'm going to set up. So there will be a way to access through the smelting farm. There'll be a way to access through that to the back. Hi, Jax. I know you. Do you know me, Jax? Turns out you can't wall jump in Minecraft. But we'll have an access point right here. We'll come back through here. But we're going to work on the 3 storefronts. These are going to... yeah, they're just going to be small storefronts. So, like... Okay, back in... 100 years ago, I'm doing this while doing my @ in my Discord. 100 years ago, the way that department stores used to work is you would go to the department store at least. Okay, so first off, this is in my town. This was when my town was first established. They would not an Amazon storefront. The way that it would work, you would walk in, you'd say, "Here's the list of things that I need," and then they would go gather what you needed. So we had a Foppy storefront. It was this big department store, had everything you needed. You'd walk in, here's my grocery list. They'd go grab everything, come back, okay, here's your total, and you'd walk out. That's kind of what it was, and that's kind of what the feel we're going to go for. So, like, there'll be a counter here, a chest that you can put diamonds into. The diamonds will activate a redstone thing that'll put stuff into another chest that you'll grab and walk out. Will it be complicated? Yes. To an extent. It won't be super, super complicated, but like, it'll be complicated. So. Yeah. Alright. Anyways. Oh yeah, that's right. We ended the stream by... I'm gonna go throw this stuff away. We ended the stream with this. So... the first thing we need to do is kind of figure out the look that we want for this. So what I am feeling, what I'm thinking, is this is gonna be... God, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Alright, we need to do an armor stand. We need to figure out how deep we actually want to make this. Because if we don't know how deep we want to make it, then how are we going to know how big to make it? But we're going to grab some blackstone, some spruce. Might see if we can work some of that in there. That should be everything that I really need. So. I moved my workbench over to here. But we'll go like that. Wonderful. Right. So. I'm trying to figure out where my storefronts should be, how big they should be. Ah, this isn't good. So if I go here. Alright, so if I go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 5. Then do I just do this one as bigger? I wonder if I just do this one a little bit bigger. I think I just go with a bigger store here. Alright. This will be kind of the service room, so I actually think that makes sense. So we're just going for basic shape right now. So that'll be there. That'll be there. Okay, so the way this one has to work is you put in what you want smelted. It has to go back to the super smelter, and then it will come back out here. Thank you, Jax, for calling me a basic shape. That is so insightful. So I'm sorry. That felt like an attack, and I did not intend for that to happen. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That felt so unnecessary. Alright. Yeah, you did attack me, so I feel violated. Yeah, because if we go here, so all the redstone will start out back behind these walls. So I really just pulled out a pickaxe, like I'm gonna cut through the floor. Some might say that wasn't an intelligent move, but here we are. Bob, I need you, Bob. Jax, I need a random name. I need a random name, Jax. Oh my god. A random name. Just a name. I'm not telling you what. Just a name. It can't be Jax. It can't be Bob. It can't be Jax. Because it's kind of like tattoos. I don't tattoo names to my body. Because the moment somebody says it's forever, it's usually the last day. I'm sorry. I want you to know. It's not personal. It's quite literally everybody. I would say that too. It's quite literally everybody. I would say that too. And Jax, I would let you. Shaniqua. Got it. Yep. Oh, Jax. Oh, Jax. Oh, good. God, I'm about to die. We are about to die. Salute you. That's because you said ho. Because you said ho. I could have sworn that chest was a was a was a hog. I could have sworn. I still overshot, but I could have sworn. I I do believe. I do believe it was a hog. But anyways, now we have our basic shapes. We have our basic shapes. So what we can do is we can go through and get rid of these because we no longer need these. We no longer need these because these are just unsightly and in the way. So we take these out. We take one down, pass it around. 99 bottles of beer on the wall. I'm sorry. I have this. I have the seasoning. And it's called Hoochie Mama. And my brain saw it and auto said it. While my mother was standing there in the kitchen with me. That got really awkward. really fast. And I had to explain to my mother that I did not catch that. Alright, so we're going to just do this for basics. I know. We're not going to do the walls completely blackstone unless it works. But if it doesn't work, then we're not. We're going to drop that down in there. And I can already feel it's not going to work. But it just feels too... What's the word? Imposing? Yeah, I think that's the word. It just feels a little too imposing, so I don't want to make it overly black. Plus, one side of this is going to be bamboo, one side's going to be... Or one store is going to be bamboo, one's going to be kelp, so like I feel like those shops should be a little bit more colorful, and we will definitely work in ways to make them more colorful. But the thing we are gonna do is we want to make sure we get this set up. So this will be the inn, or this will be the inn for our super smelter. We might need to make a... I gotta figure out how to do that. Make a little elevator there. So that way we can get everything up and into... You know, if my brain would work, that'd be incredible. But that way we can get everything up into where we need it to be. We're gonna have a return hopper here. This one is actually going to be really simple. So, for this, should be able just to do a little chest here. And then we'll do a chest here. Or probably a barrel into the wall. And that will just be... That'll be, you put diamonds in here. Yo, Honeybee, thank you so much for the follow. I muted in Discord for no reason at all. Some habits die hard. But... what we're going to do is we're going to go like that. And like that. So this way, the kelp will run off of the same thing. The kelp actually isn't going to be kelp. So the kelp is going to be dried kelp. And I'm thinking I'm going to do auto crafters and actually craft it into dry kelp blocks. And if you watch any of Mumbo Jumbo's stuff, you'll know that he has an auto. So he has a very similar farm to what we're doing here. So he has a bamboo farm. He has a kelp farm. We're gonna make much smaller versions of that, and we'll have to check the rates on it. But my hope is that we don't need dried kelp so much. We don't need to smelt stuff so much, so it just kind of builds up until we run into instances where we need to use something like an auto smelter if we have just a bunch of iron that we want to just process through, because I don't really use iron ore blocks in building. But there are instances where if we're, like, for instance, strip mining out here, if we're strip mining this entire mountainside, we will inevitably have a lot of iron ore, potentially. So we just kind of wanted to get through all that and have it in a spot that we actually work in right now. So that's kind of the thought behind it. But yeah, so what we're going to do next is we're going to pull a string on a magic conch and probably wind up doing nothing. All right, that was the most boring 2 seconds of my life. All right, so my brain's really trying to be mean to me. And it's wanting to set a lot of this infrastructure up right now. And I don't know why. So we're going to run over here and grab redstone box. You sit down. We have 5 hoppers. Hmm. Well, that's not very many. That is not very many. So what we're going to do is go grab more iron now. Because Lord knows we never have enough iron. Hey, random question. Have you had a glass of water today? Jax. Jax, have you had a glass of water today? What? Oh my gosh. He's just an expert. Good governor, Jax. Go have a glass of water. I was hoping you'd say yes. I asked that hoping you would say yes, and I don't know why I thought you would say yes. But that's 9, 10. Wonderful. I'm not gonna have enough wood for this, am I? I am gonna have enough wood. I know exactly where to get the wood. Jax, can you please drink a glass of water after your Dr. Pepper Zero? I feel like a parent right now. Whoa. Oh God. They are not happy to see me. Hey, Paul? They really thought they could get to me. They really thought. We're sleeping on the old man Drock's house. Right, like that. Alright. So, we have that. We're going to put away the special woods. I'm going to put away the special wood because I quite frankly don't want to cut. Oh, I have a plenty of saplings. If I do this, that will give me that. If I do that, that'll give me that many. If I do that, that'll give me that way. Right? Alright. Theoretically, I should have enough for a lot of hoppers. I need to make chest. Yeah, chicken sandwich, thank you so much for liking the live. I need to make chests. I need more chests. Yo, chicken sandwich, thank you so much for the follow and the more likes. But we got the chests. We need 16 more chests. You know, if I could count, that'd be incredible. It would be. Now we're just feeling up from here, I guess. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, now, hopefully, we have enough. Hey, chicken sandwich, how you doing? Thank you for the likes. Thank you for helping us cross 200 likes. Arr. Gonna go like that and like that. So a lot of this is just building up infrastructure, and if we can what, Jax? I did love you, Jax. I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know where this is coming from. Da 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 dun. Da 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 dun. Da 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 dun. Alright. So are you really trying to bully your way into getting a VIP, Jax? Is that how you think this works? Look, Jax, I don't think it's you. I think it's me. I got a lot of problems I gotta work through right now. A lot of problems. No, I want to be a mod. I want to be a mod. Only the finest in all the world. Wonderful. I'll put you there like that, and you know, it always amazes me whenever I mess up a chest. It really does. It really does amaze me. But what we're going to do then. Alright, so we have that set up. Now, the biggest thing with this is we need to make sure that we actually want these walls. Okay, so this wall is kind of stuck like this, okay? So this is a smithing shop, right? This is a smithing shop, right? We kind of want the black walls for that. And if you think about it, the smithing shop is kind of like the gunpowder guy's establishment. So he's like, yeah, we're gonna have black stone walls, and then this wall we can change. This wall we can change, and then that wall also we can change. So I'm not above changing those. I think we should change them because if this is a bamboo farm and this is a kelp farm, we should probably change them to fit that more. So probably something more natural here, but at the same time we need to make sure that it works within the building. So what we could wind up doing, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out, is I take infinitely longer to decorate this because I decide for some stupid reason to go and fill in an entire map square with a different color. That's one option. So we could have a solid sheet. That's one option. Or hear me out. We don't do that. And we keep our sanity. But we start changing out the blocks. Now, I'm game for both. But one of these does involve me keeping my sanity, and I'd prefer to go with that option. That's just me, though. That's just me. So I think we're going to go with the block one. We'll read the room. We're going to go with the block one because I want to keep my sanity. Because quite frankly, that's what I like. I like my sanity. But we're going to give them more of a natural feel. We want them to have that vibe to them that it's not so corporate. We like... I say as I only have corporate blocks in my inventories. Oh, hey, bamboo planks. Wonderful. So this is one of those things. This is one of those things that we really want to work on. So, plus this low key. This will also just help me keep them straight. This will help me keep them straight on what's going to be what. Because this one in the room right next to it, I have no clue. I have no clue right now. But what we're going to do is go like this. And we're going to take this to the ceiling. That. We're gonna knock this out right here, and we're gonna go like this, and then all the way to the ceiling again. All right, now be prepared for my next trick. I'm gonna wrap around this pillar in front of me, and we're gonna land on the other side. It's called parkour, and my name, Michael Scott. Parkour! Oh. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. All right. So we got that set up. Now we're gonna do the. All right, this is where I'm gonna hate myself. I'm gonna go back to my other base, and I'm gonna see if I have any dried kelp blocks. Because if I do, I'm gonna bring those over, and we're gonna be smiling, laughing about it. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go see if we can get some dried kelp blocks from my other build, and we're gonna go from there. It's getting dark outside. Is that a cat? All right. So, that was almost really dangerous. Ow. Did I sleep? No. I did not. Well, that's one way to be greeted. I have 6 dried kelp here. I also have that. And that. But we will need to hold on to some of it, because if we don't hold on to some of it, I have 4 ancient debris. When did I get you? I know when I got you. Alright, anyways. You're gonna play over here. Yes. This very decoyed in, very poorly made build. Yes. Oh my gosh. It's working. Alright, this is actually annoying me. You know, you had told me that this was working as well as it has. I wouldn't have believed you. I would not have believed you. I still have the seeds in my inventory. Yep. Bob. So the kelp comes from up there. Interesting. Boom, 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 boom. So this is an unfinished build. As you can see, it's two-toned. But we come over here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make use of this. So this is the build that we're replacing. I already have a quote-unquote super smelter. But it's not as good as I want it to be. Like, it's good. It's just, it's also not like where I'm at. So like the biggest thing with a lot of this stuff is just having it where like you are. And if you don't, then that's kind of an issue. That's really kind of an issue. Because it requires you to be here in order to run. Otherwise, the chunk doesn't keep loaded. And it just... Yeah. I'm also going to change this card out for a hopper. It turns out a hopper is really fast and really efficient. So, but while we do that, I'm gonna come over here and I want to know if I've made an auto crafter yet or if I have gathered the right material to make an auto crafter. I have it. It's called a crafter. A dropper. Dropper 2 redstone, dust crafting table 5 iron ingots. That is all very easy for me to do. And I just think it's because I haven't had a crafter in my inventory since this update. Which, dropper, redstone, dust, and stone. So what we'll do is we'll go like this. Wonderful. Recently cleaned up in here. But I will take you. My wings are pretty good still. What the world? What the world? Anyways. Max's farm goods. He has a poison potato. He has a poison potato. We're not dropping down there. I know what's down there. You ever just feel the ADHD kicking? I do. Because I do. Now. So this is some Minecraft lore. When they initially updated, so this world is older than the Caves and Cliffs update. When they updated, if you had water flowing, if you had flowing water, it actually created a hole down to, or created a hole into the void. Which was a neat little thing we discovered. So, like this. ADHD too hard. Now I just need to go grab a full stack of cobblestone from out of here. Because that's going to be the quickest option to do. The one thing I'm wondering right now... Okay, so I have a drop system. I like that, right? Alright. Shit, the thing about this is it's really, 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 really nice. Don't get me wrong, it's nice. It's also slow as crap. So I need to redesign that because that dropper can pretty much just run indefinitely. Unless if there is something that I need to actually power it with. So, what we're going to do... And part of the issue is, so... That system... At least the topper... The shulker sensor system is something that I myself designed. It's not that great. It's really not. Hops! Yeah, I bet he is. Hey, Alright. Jax, are you still here? Jax, if you're still here... Yo, what's up to you? How you doing? How you doing, Hops? Oh, Jax literally said mods, get him. So, now that's Jax. Why were they in unison? I have so many. I have so many that they are in unison. They're in unison. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. I have 15 blocks of emeralds. Oh, good. We appreciate the lurkers here. We appreciate the lurkers. They're what pays the bills. For real, no cap. Now that I did that, and I have the hops, I have the iron, I do not have the redstone. That is why I went and traded, because I needed the redstone. And I need a crafting table. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Oh my gosh. We did it. We made our first crafter. We made our first crafter. So, what we're going to be able to do with that, our bamboo farm is going to be initially very simple. Very, very simple. It's going to be so simple, it's stupid. But, I really like how I have two identical paintings right next to each other, and then there's a third one that's the same. Oh my gosh, there's 4 of them in this 6 stretch. All right. Where was I at? Oh yes, the bamboo farm. The bamboo farm is going to be very simple at first. We're only going to have bamboo, but as we get more comfortable with the autocrafters and figuring out the system that we want to run with, and assuming once we get the dried kelp block production up and flowing, we will actually be using the dried kelp to feed the super smelter. And then the dried kelp will also be feeding itself for its own smelting purposes. And then the bamboo farm, that will be its own entity. Okay, so I'm gonna level with you. There's a part of me that thinks I might make a flying machine. Or two. For the bamboo and kelp farm that just goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Why? I don't know why. It feels like this is going to be a lot easier if I set it up where the build is layered, or the farms are layered, and I have the super smelter and the kelp farm, or the kelp smelter underneath. So, that's just the way that I feel. The other thing will be, once we get the kelp farm fully set up, and it's running like it should, having it where I overshot, I have water in my hand, where it starts filling up shulkers, and then we just sell like shulkers of dried kelp blockers or just dried kelp. So, but for right now, I think we're gonna keep it simple in terms of how we're gonna do bamboo and how we are going to do. I ADHD too hard. We're working on making these unique, and I ADHD too hard. And I'm sorry for that. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go like this. I also need to have a payment section, and how the heck am I gonna make that work for the super smelter if I have a payment section in there? My brain is stuck. My brain is stuck. How am I gonna... What I'm thinking through right now is how am I gonna have a payment section in the smelting portion that allows you to put your ore in and then get smelted, unless if I had a lock. Unless if I had a lock on there that had... Alright. I think I'm braining too hard. I can feel my brain starting to hurt. I might be an idiot. I might be an idiot. Actually, okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. This works. So if I fill that in, I firmly grasp it. If I fill that in, that works. That works. I think, no question, we go here, do this. Boom, boom. Like that. All right. All right. So that works. That works. This, however, this just doesn't work for me. This just doesn't work for me. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't feel right, if you know what I mean. Hmm. It just doesn't feel right. I think one issue is the brightness of it. I think that might be an issue. But doesn't feel like it fully fixes it. Doesn't feel like it fully fixes it, you know? Um, Alright. Anyways. And I like that. Getting dark outside. Um. uh, What did I just do? Oh my gosh. That was crazy. that. All right. So I think I'm getting a little. I'm not getting too far ahead of myself. We need to figure out what works in here. I need to figure out what blocks I have that could possibly work in there. And so my thing is I want it to brighten up. And in order to do that, we need to use blocks that are similar enough. That don't quite overpower the feeling that we have. Right? So, if we go like that, go like that. What we can actually do, start brightening up this room. And I'm gonna say it before anybody else says it. The bamboo just doesn't work on mass scale like that. Oh my gosh, that was a loud sneeze that nobody heard. But yeah. Yeah. We're gonna throw that in there. I want my axe. I love my axe. I wonder. Alright, before anybody says anything, I am not fully expecting this to look good. I'm not. If I did, I'd be a madman. Ow! There's a snake in my boat. Alright, I want somebody to tell me. Somebody to tell me. No. I want somebody to tell me no. Yep, nobody's telling me no, so I guess that's yes. We are gonna add some more texture in here. I just, ever since I've started doing it, I texture. It's just my thing now. It's my obsession. It's my obsession. It's my obsession. And because we're gonna need the hoe for this one. We're gonna need the hoe for this one. Boom. Boom. We're also gonna. Mr. Got me working. What's up, Alex? What's up, man? What's up, man? So if you ask on Friday if I'm doing well, no. The answer is no. Judge, no. Not that type of hoe, Alex. Not that type of hoe. I Discord message. Oh, well, that'll be a fun little raid after this. We doing better Thursday, Alex. I'm not gonna lie. That was not true in any sort of way when I said that. I'd be doing good. I'd be doing good. Really hard not to be right now. So. I made a hole in the roof. Now, the one question I have for my shelf is, does it need sunlight? Are we gonna need to come in with glass and just sunlight? All of it. I feel as if it might be the case. I feel as it might be the case. No, not new relationship, just feeling good. Do I wish? Yes, yes I do. But did that happen? No, no I do not. But I can't control it, so. This son of a bitch over on YouTube is acting like I'm not going to Costa Rica, where I don't know if you know it is about Costa Rica. There's a lot of sun. There's a lot of sun there. I'm gonna come back redder than a tomato. Alright. So, I have what I need there. Alright, so now we build the walls back up. I built these walls brick by brick. You'll never see me coming. Parkour! Got it. I'm good on the sunburns. I don't need to enter a contest for something I know I'm gonna win. Good, Governor. All right. Yeah, we're gonna need to fix that. Yeah, but you'll also be spending 8K on aloe vera after it. Like, hello? Ba 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 ba. Done. Done. Oh, hey, that's all. It's almost. Alright, so we are going to do lanterns in here because that's the vibe for everything. I don't think they want me to burn and hurt for the ministry, Alex. I don't think they want that. I don't think they want that. That would hurt a lot. Alright, so I need more time to think on just how this is all going to work out in general. My thing... I'm liking the shape we're getting on the build. I am. I just need... What am I hitting? I'm hitting creaking. It's a mob that doesn't die normally. If you see back there, we got logs moving around. Oh, hey, the fourth one did spawn. But I have 4 creaking hearts that will create amber. And when you do that, or it'll create amber on a certain type of log that's also over there from the creaking heart. And you can hear the sound going in the background. That's all of those auto braking and going into the chest that I have lined up there. One thing I need to look into doing is how do I create an item elevator that's near instant that doesn't involve water? Amber's just pretty at this point. I'd like to see it be a honey substitute in terms of stickiness. But there's nothing like that yet in the game. It's just a pretty block. But yeah, otherwise we just whack these things a lot of times. And we keep on getting this shit. Like that. So. And this is really kind of, like, with how I built this all, this is like the most efficient this farm can be, so. Alex, I want you to know I want to fight you right now. I want to fight you right now. No, you need to hit them with your character. So. Can't auto farm it. I wish you could. And if you could auto farmer, it probably wouldn't be worth enough, so. Alright, shut up. Well, you know, I have a near infinite supply. I have a near infinite supply of arrows. And now my brain just needs to know. And now my brain just needs to know. So now I'm gonna need to go make a hopper farm on a daylight sensor. A daylight sensor. No, I can't make mobs farm it. That's on a daylight sensor. That will shoot arrows at the Creakings. Why? Because somebody suggested one thing. Yeah. Hmm. Totally didn't have that act like a weed farm in that sense. I have just 2 spruce fences in here. Ever think of something or look at something and go, I'm confused? Because I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of how I feel right now. Oh, yes, texturing. We were texturing. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is not good. This is not good. You merely have adopted the HDHD. You were not born in it, molded by it. That's just you. I'm sorry, that was out of pocket. That was rude. That was rude. I'm sorry. I'm feeling hostile today. I'm feeling hostile today. I'm feeling so hostile today. Let me at him. Let me at him. Let me at him. All right. Anyways. Well, if I wasn't an idiot. I want you to know, since you talked in here, TikTok or YouTube is now going to save the live chat, and if anything happens to me on Thursday, I will be presenting this live to my mom. How do I hit the wrong one? You I'm gonna make it uber suspicious. What do you mean he just walked off? He just walked off. I don't know why. He just did it. Wonderful. Wonderful. Now, the bright side about having the chest is it actually perfectly marks everything for us. So, I'm one too far forward. You see, if I do that there, it's not going to work. Alright, alright, alright. See, and this is how you secure doing the forklift. What do you mean we need to have Logan not do anything on Thursday? I have reason to believe he might get hurt. Hey. Just have Rob run the pallets. We'll just have Rob run the pallets. It'll be all good then. It'll all be good there. Alright, so I need to have a door. Alright, we already need to do twice as much. You'd be doing 4 times as much. I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's gonna be like that. Do I got a question. Ah, it's ripped on the back. Hello, what's going on back there? Can I see? Drake, where's the door? Where's the door? Drake, where's the door? Son of a bisquick. Can't let anybody know that I'm breaking a window. Sneak. Otherwise the owner will see us. Alright. Now I'm in Sandlot? What the heck do you remember that? What? Because I'm breaking windows? That was with a baseball. This is with a pickaxe. Totally different. Hey, who the hell broke my windows? Imagine. Imagine I'm that stupid. Alright. Alright, now we got to put indentations under here. Alright. That is 4 wide. How did I do it? You know what? We're leaving it. We're leaving it. We're leaving it. This is how you do randomness in Minecraft. You just big motions, swirly motions. You don't care about what the day brings. You just whoosh, 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 whoosh. Okay, no, that one's too far. Whoosh. No. We can't do that. We can't do that. We can't do that. We can do that, and we can do that. You mean? You mean that? You mean that? Yeah, I got sick off of that. I'm not gonna lie. What was I at? 40%? I was at 40%. My walls. My beautiful walls. I know it can go faster. It's because my DPI isn't set that high for very good reason. DPI is not set that high because I don't want to puke. You ever to Tic Tac? Swear. That was you sending me another Drake and Josh meme. I'm gonna fight you. I will fight you. That wasn't you? Perfect. I'm all twisted up. I don't think I will. Hmm? Alright, so. Boom, boom. I don't want to talk about it. Let's just say we all have our own demons. You're sitting there just. What the hell was that? What do you mean we all have our own demons? That's not a demon. It's the unborn child of the devil. After workman's comp. It's gonna be all psychological damage. It's gonna be all psychological damage. It's not gonna be physical, it's gonna be psychological damage. Walk in one day and my head's just gonna be spinning. Just gonna be it's a bitch now. Jesus. I am out of control. I am out of control. That one jumped me. That one jumped me, dog. That one jumped me. How what? How am I normal at work? Really simple. I'm not. That was stairs. Alex, that's the punchline. Straight villain arc. How villain did he go? Alright, now that we have texture on inside walls. I actually really like that pattern. It really breaks it up. But we're gonna go get hanging lights. I like hanging lights. Get a lot of droid kelp for no reason, no. We're also gonna go drop off some of this redstone stuff. We're gonna go drop off some of this redstone stuff because we really don't need it right now. I really hope you enjoy me just whispering right into your ear. Turns out I can't drop off any of this redstone stuff because I don't have enough goddamn room. Take this one redstone out of here so we can put the hoppers in there. We got droppers right there. Alright, we're gonna take the chest out. We're gonna put the auto crafter in there because I want to keep not doing text to speech. Which because I don't want to. Put our other droppers in here. And I get it's a money thing. But at the same time, I'm not greedy like that. All I want is enough money to buy an Xbox One so I can play MLB The Show or Speedy. Right up until you say something against TOS. Or somebody else says something against TOS. And suddenly, I'm broke. Secondly, I've already talked to you about your spending habits one time. I don't need you exceeding your limits again. Alright, but we are going to grab our change. I know. I know you're an adult with adult money, but also that doesn't mean you're the best person to spend your money. So if I was your accountant, I would have an aneurysm. Turns out I already have change. Don't need to make more. But I want to make more. I'm going to make more chains. We're making chains. Ah, son of a bitch, quick. I never said it was that. I never said that. That was the reason. That's actually, I think, a really cool thing to do with money. No, it's that you try not to buy a motorcycle. Yes, that is literally the reason. Every time you come down to Rock Valley, I feel like I need to like break your hands away from that motorcycle. I feel like I have more lanterns in this. I should have more lanterns in this. Question is, where do I have my lanterns? I don't know what the Enfield's going for. And if I knew, I wouldn't tell you. I'd lie and say it's going for 35,000. But I genuinely do not know how much it's going for. No, you're not spending that much money for a place you work for. Ow. Alright, I seem to have misplaced my lanterns. Show the only rational things. Actually around 300 kids. Depending on what type of bike or what type of chair, but what do I know? I only do all the billing for it. You know, realistically, I probably need 8 lanterns. Alright, now we're going to do fun with math. What is 275 times 200? What's 275 times 100? It's actually a lot less chairs than I thought it would be, and that's kind of depressing. But I get what you're going with the full containers, so. But if it's a kid chair, we need to cover the cost of the chair, so. Add 2 zeros. And then times 2, add 2 zeros again. The good-looking one with ABS. That's a statement. That's a statement. You know, I'm gonna get back here and I'm gonna look in the lantern and if I had a nickel for every time I have misread a very common word, I have 2 nickels. But it's weird that it happened twice. One of my mods from way back in the day. Name is I Can't Read. Came into chat. I go, "Hi, I can tread." I read it as ABS as an anti-locking or anti-lock brake system. Or is it automatic braking system? That's how I read it. I'm sorry. I didn't read it as like IBS. I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you. I'm going to fight you. Oh, what happened to Alex? I don't know. He just tripped and fell and wound up underneath the truck tire. He got taken out by the silver turd. What a way to go. Oh yeah, you're an old man. Lanterns are really bright. Alright. But, it's his punishment for going to the fishing event. No, we can't do that. We can't do that. We can't do that. We can't do that. That would be mean. I can't do that. Now, you say you didn't intend for him to get hurt, but we have here in the log saying that you wanted him to get hurt. Right. I think that's coming together well. I might add a ridge in there. See. We'll see how I feel about it. We might add a ridge in there. So, alright, I am going to end it there for the night. I'm going to go right. Just need to pull everything up that's related to that. So, as always, stay awesome, be awesome. Don't forget that you are loved and that you make the world a better place by being in it. Stay awesome, be awesome. Bye. This is the really awkward moment where I still have to close out this side of the stream because I've already closed out the TikTok side of the stream.